Hello and welcome to my channel. In this tutorial we're gonna do a very easy stitch. It's perfect for you guys, the beginners. You can do blankets, hats, scarves, cardigans, headbands, everything you can imagine. The stitch has only one row repeat and it's also reversible. Yeah, I'm gonna use 4.0mm crochet hook. This stitch works with even numbers, so I have here 12 chains, and after you chain your even numbers of chains, you're gonna skip the first chain and into the second chain from the hook. We're gonna go in there and do a single crochet, move to the next chain, single crochet, and this row is gonna be single crochet in each chain. If you choose to do a scarf, I think you can finish this scarf in 3-4 hours. It goes really fast. And you can use this, with this stitch, you can use variegated yarn, you can use like changing colors, you can use it just plain color. So the last chain, single crochet also. Chain 2, turn your work. And now into the first stitch, right here, we're gonna start picking up loops. So you're gonna go once, yarn over the hook, go back again, pick up a loop, yarn over the hook, and go back again. So you should have 6 loops on the hook. Yeah, 2, 4, 6. Now you're gonna pull the yarn through all the 6 loops, chain 1. We're gonna skip the next stitch and into the next. We're gonna do the same. So once, yarn over the hook, go back again into the same stitch, second time, and the third time. 6 loops on the hook, pull the yarn through all 6 loops, chain 1. Skip the next stitch and into the next. We're gonna do the same. So once, twice, and the third time. 6 loops, pull the yarn through all 6 loops, chain 1. And we're gonna do like this until we finish this row. Skip the next stitch and into the next. We're gonna do a puff. So once, twice, and the third time. 6 loops on the hook, pull the yarn through all 6 loops, chain 1. So skip the next stitch and into the next. We're gonna repeat. If you like the puff to be bigger, then you're gonna go 4 times. I just go 3 times only. Chain 1, skip the next stitch and into the next, which is the last one. You're gonna do the same. You're gonna do a puff. So once, twice, and the third time. 6 loops on the hook, pull the yarn through all 6 loops, and then we're gonna chain 2. You're always gonna chain 2 at the end. You're gonna turn your work, and this will be the row that you're gonna repeat on and on and on until you finish your project, whatever you choose to do. So you have the puff here and you have a space there. So in these spaces we're gonna work. So you're gonna go into that space, yeah, and you're gonna pull up loops. So once, twice, and the third time. 6 loops, pull the yarn through all 6 loops, chain 1. So you're gonna skip the puff, and in that space you're gonna repeat once, twice, and the third time. Chain 1, move to the next, skip the puff, and you're gonna do like this until you finish your project. I think this is nice to work with variegated yarn or to alternate colors. So you choose how many rows you're gonna do of this, and then you're gonna change the color. So at the end here we have the puff. We're gonna skip the puff, and it's a space there, this space. So we're gonna go in there and we're gonna do a puff. So once, twice, and the third time. 6 loops on the hook, pull the yarn through all 6 loops, chain 2. Turn your work, and we're gonna repeat. So the puff is here, and it's this space. So we're gonna pull up loops. Like I said, if you want the puff to be a little bit bigger, then you're gonna go how many times you want. So you have the space right here. It's so easy to, you cannot miss it. Chain 1, skip the puff, and in that space you're gonna do a puff. And if you want this a little bit more open, the work, you can use a bigger crochet hook than the yarn recommends. I'm using 4.0 with this one. If you want tighter, then use a smaller crochet hook than the yarn recommends. So at the end we have the puff. We're gonna skip that puff, and we have that chain 2 here, and it's the space between the puff and the chain 2 right there. So you're gonna do the same once, twice, and the third time. Chain 2, and you're gonna repeat. Yeah. So if you want to finish, for example, and you want to finish with a 1 row of single crochet on top of the work before you close the work, then you're gonna chain only one chain. You're gonna turn your work, so the first stitch is here. You're gonna do a single crochet. Then you have the chain 1. You're gonna go through the chain. So before when you decide to close your work, the last row that you do puffs, make sure that when you chain 1, leave it a little bit loose, that it's easy for you to go through the chain. So this is the chain. So you're gonna go through the chain, do a single crochet. Then you have the stitch of the puff, then the chain. And if you work too tight, leave that one chain, the last row, before you close the work, leave it a little bit loose, and then it will be easy. You have the stitch, do single crochet, and you have the chain 2 at the end. Yeah, so you're gonna go on top of the second chain, yeah, and you're gonna do a single crochet. You're gonna chain 1, cut the yarn, and then you're gonna hide the tail. This is like braided, in a way, braided puffs. So if you like this, you can give it a try. It's quite easy, and I think this stitch looks nice with any yarn size. It's thin, medium, thick, chunky. It's up to you. Yeah? Well, I hope you enjoyed this stitch. Give it a try. Thank you for watching.